I'm Steve.
And I'm Les.
And this is another episode of Tabletop Tastings. Les, what do we do here?
So what we do is I reveal a game to you. I teach you how to play it. You bring a fantastic whiskey to pair with that. We do a full playthrough of the game. We do scoring, and then we reflect back on both the pairing of the whiskey with the board game itself.
Which is one of my favorite parts of it.
And Steve,
love it.
The game I brought for you today, I'm very excited to share with you. It was designed by Muneyuki Yokouchi and released back in
Say that 3 times fast.
2020. Now you may say, Les, why are you playing a game that was released back in 2020? Well, there's been a few variations of the game since it first released. Right. So it had a deluxe edition released in 2022 and a new, just released, bigger and better Kickstarter version.
We love bigger and better here at Tabletop.
And it's just shipped to backers over the past month.
Nice.
The original designer, he's done a few things,
okay.
But not too much. Well, I guess really games I'm not too familiar with.
Okay.
The artist for the game is Soamu Inu. So that's obviously wrong.
My best. The favorite part of all of this is Les trying to do the names.
However, that pairing, they seem to have, the games they have worked on, they've worked on together.
Okay.
Now for this bigger and better edition of the game that's come out, a familiar name has worked on that, Ted Alspach. Now that name may sound familiar because he also worked on Castles of Mad King Ludwig and Blueprints of Mad King Ludwig.
Both great games.
And this version was also published by Bézier Games.
Okay.
Have you heard of Schrodinger's cat?
No.
Okay.
I have not.
Well, Schrodinger had a cat.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if he had a cat or not, but he had a theory. And that theory was if you put a cat inside of a box and something with that cat that could kill it, like maybe some radiation or something,
okay.
If you close the lid, you would not know whether that cat was alive or dead. Therefore, the cat could be both alive and dead at the same time. And you only know the true state once you open up the box.
Seems a little weird, but okay, let's go with it.
Something to do with physics and,
sure.
and quantum physics and all that fun stuff. So, today we're going to continue his experiment. So with a 7.9 rating on BGG, today we are continuing that thought experiment through the 1 to 5 player trick-taking card game, Colossal Cat in the Box.
Neat.
Let's reveal and take a look.
This guy is weird. Oh, this is kind of cool looking.
The Colossal Cat in the Box. And this is colossal in comparison to the original version and the deluxe edition that released a few years ago.
Okay.
The original game was really, you know, a tiny little box.
Okay.
And for this, they've blown up all the components. Why did they blow up the components? I have no idea. Other than,
why not?
It looks super cool.
Yeah.
So we'll run over
a
quick overview of how to play.
Let's do
Number
it.
1, we've got our first player token.
Okay.
So if you're going to do a first player token, why not make it a giant cat?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
And in this game, the person who last interacted with a cat becomes player 1. Right. So since you walked in the door, did you interact with my cat? I know you don't have one at home.
I saw him out on the back deck.
Okay.
And we did talk.
Okay, good enough. You are player number 1.
I talk to cats. It's my thing. Yeah.
So what have we got going on? Well, we've got a deck of cards here.
Okay.
And these cards are all numbered 1 through 5, which aligns with the numbers that we have on the board here. Now, this is based on player count. So the more players you have, this board opens up and you'll have more numbers to play with.
Okay.
The kind of cool thing about this game, though, is that the cards, it's a trick-taking game.
Okay.
And trick-taking games typically have suits. So this game has suits, but like Schrodinger's box, we don't know whether the cat's alive or dead. And in this case, we don't know what the suit of the cat is until after we play the card.
Okay.
So whenever it's your turn and you're playing a card, you're deciding it's going to be a red 3, it's going to be a blue 3, a yellow 3, or a green 3.
Okay.
And say I decided that this was going to be a green 3, if I played that card, I would take my little marker and I would indicate that I've played a green 3.
Okay.
So that means a green 3 can never be played again in this game because it's already been played. Now, like any good trick-taking game, you have to follow suit.
Okay.
So if I were to play a green 3, for example, you would look through your cards and see, do I have a higher card? Do I have a 4 or a 5?
Yeah.
And then if you have a 4 or 5, you would play your token and say, okay, I've got the 5. You now beat my number because you followed suit, so you win the trick. So you want to try to win as many tricks as possible because at the end of each round, every trick that you've won is worth a point.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the overall concept to it.
Okay.
What happens though is at some point you may say, I play a yellow, yellow 3. Maybe you don't have a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But in this game, red is always trump. So you can say, you know what? I'm going to play a red 1 because a trump will always beat a non-trump card. So, you play a 1, you play it in red, and then you block off that space.
Okay.
But what you've then told me is that if I led with yellow and you're playing red, you're telling me that you don't have any more yellow cards.
Yep.
So if you don't have any more yellow cards, you take that off there to reveal the X, and that means you can no longer play yellow cards for the balance of the turn.
Okay.
Now, what may happen, and what's probably likely to happen, is as we get towards the end of the game, you may not have a card that you can play.
Okay.
And if you don't have a card that you can play, it creates a paradox and you instantly lose the round. Now, what's kind of interesting with taking tricks is that if you finish the game, which basically the game ends when we've each got 1 card left, or until a paradox occurs. But if we finish the game without creating a paradox, we get a point for each trick that we've taken. But if we've caused the paradox, then we lose a point for every trick that we've taken.
Okay.
The other aspect, there is a little bidding component, and in a 2-player game, there is no bidding.
Okay.
But normally in a 3 to 5 player game, you would bid to say, I think I'm going to win 1 trick this turn. I think I'm going to win 3 tricks or 4 tricks.
Yep.
And then if you win those, you get an extra little bonus scoring piece for it. There is one other little variation for the 2-player component, which I'll talk about shortly. But before I get into it, Steve, I feel like something's missing.
Well, of course there's something missing.
What have you
We
brought
don't
for
have
us
anything
today?
to enjoy with our little...
Scientific
Is he dead?
experiment.
Is he alive?
We don't know until we
don't
play,
know.
until we look. That's it.
Exactly. So, you gave me the theme of, we talked about paradox and like
this
living
was a
into,
tough
it was a
one.
tough one, but I kind of ran with in your own world. And this guy that came up with this idea of putting a cat into a box.
Yeah.
And is he alive? Is he dead?
We don't know until we look. We don't know. We don't know.
Definitely in his own little world.
Right.
So that's kind of what I ran with. Being in your own world, which really translates to kind of being immersed, being mesmerized, being captivated in your own little space.
And when I gave you that theme of in your own world, because I really tried to keep things vague, so Steve
Yeah,
knows
of
what
course,
the game is. But the idea is that you're choosing what card you're playing.
Okay.
You're choosing the suit of it after you play it. So that's kind of where I got that idea of kind of in your own world. You're really choosing your destiny every time you play a character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think that's going to really pair well with the bottle that I brought. And I'm going to be upfront right away. It is a celebrity endorsed bottle.
Okay.
Which a lot of times people are like, nah, I'm backing away. Because, someone's going to slap their name on something and they have nothing to do with it. They just
Garbage product, just get it out the door.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
sometimes it's okay product, but a lot of times it's just, we need to put your name on it so we can sell some cases, right? That, I'm told, is not the case. Ooh. And I've heard some really good things about this line from this particular distiller. So, it's not just a name on a bottle. So they've come out with a few limited editions. In fact, this is the 4th one in this series with this particular celebrity. And I'm not going to give it away right away because that'll just, you'll figure it out. But he's really worked closely with the distiller from distillation to maturation. And you're going to see even in the bottling, in the packaging, which is really quite awesome. It's really spectacular.
Some pretty fantastic packages that we've looked at.
I'm going to leave that one right there. Yeah. So, and the result really is going to be some really first-class, authentic whiskey, is what I'm told, because I haven't actually had this yet, so I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm told that it's for people that are just getting into it to really enthusiasts. They're all going to like it. So like I said, 4th edition of this, matured for 11 years, and then finished off for 8 months in ex-Caribbean rum casks.
Ooh.
And really the result should be a nice melding of two beautiful things. So an Islay Scotch, you got that Islay smoky, peaty whiskey from Scotland with that nice sweetness of a Caribbean rum.
This is kind of the reverse of what we did last month.
Almost, yeah.
With Let's Go to Japan.
Exactly.
We had the rum
Yep.
finished in the whiskey
Yeah,
cask.
yeah, and that peaty, smoky taste. So this is the complete opposite, which is a little bit of our paradox, a little bit of our, being in your own world.
Existing in two states at the same time.
Exactly. So I'm going to reveal our box now so that I can talk about the celebrity behind it and get a little bit more into it. So what I have paired today to go along with our game is from Scotland, from the distiller Lagavulin.
Ooh, I am excited.
And this is the Offerman edition. Lagavulin, 11-year
Wow.
matured Lagavulin Scotch, 8 months in a rum cask. Caribbean rum, ex-Caribbean rum cask. So, Offerman edition.
Yeah,
Nick.
I was going to ask.
Nick Offerman.
Who's Nick? Tell
So
me about him.
Nick Offerman, if you don't know, he's really kind of best known for his role as Ron Swanson in Parks
No
and
way.
Rec.
I was thinking the guy looks exactly like Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
He looks exactly like
100%. Yeah. So that's who it is. It's Nick Offerman. So again, they've done 4 of these editions, and he's really worked alongside of Lagavulin to come out with some really noteworthy expressions of Lagavulin. And one of the funniest things, so I take it that you have not seen the ad for the Offerman edition
I'm gonna
of
guess-
Lagavulin.
Obviously, I haven't. Otherwise, I would have been all over this.
So it is probably one of the greatest videos I have seen.
Really?
Oh yeah. Obviously, with the exclusion of tabletop tastings, because
Of course.
it is Nick Offerman sitting beside a fire, sipping Lagavulin, not saying a word for 45 minutes. It is some of the best video I've ever seen. It is so funny, and I loved it. You'll have to check it out. Maybe we'll throw up a clip while we're talking about it here. It's awesome. It is comedy at its best. And it's so funny. I love it. But one of the things I really like about this is, again, it's not just Nick Offerman throws his name on it. He's had part in all the process of bringing us this bottle here.
So Nick Offerman has
Yeah.
been on again with his game and getting this prep for us.
Exactly. Yeah. So it really should marry two beautiful things.
You saw what I did there, right?
Smoke. I did.
That was good. Okay.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Last.
That's funny. I like it. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
So it really should be a nice marriage of that smoky peaty,
thought it
that
was
nice
really good.
Lagavulin, and that sweet from the Caribbean rum. So I'm really looking forward to trying this. I think we should just delve into it. And you've got to read the back of the packaging because it's a whole nice story from
There's a
Nick.
huge story there.
But the whole package is just amazing. There's a really cool picture on the top of the bottle or of the box. There's some really awesome artwork to the whole thing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful bottle. It's really classy, which I love as well. Because, I mean, Lagavulin from the Isle of Islay, like, you need to be classy. You need to be good. And so let's crack it open. So we'll open this guy up. Nice and easy. I like it.
That was too easy for you. Too easy.
Nice and easy. I like it. So let's hear the pop. Oh. Did you hear it?
It was beautiful, man.
I heard Offerman.
Okay, you're nuts, man.
Okay.
Okay, let's get into it.
Let's get into this. I cannot wait to try this.
And I love Lagavulin.
Yes. Yeah, they make some really fantastic, just like pure Scotch, right? Some really nice stuff. You have that Isle of Islay.
Oh, that
It's gonna be beautiful.
So you immediately get
yeah.
the Lagavulin in
Oh,
there,
yeah,
but there's
100%.
there's something extra going
There
on.
is that sweet aspect to it. That smells fantastic. I've said it a million times, but I could live in that nose. It's just we love peat.
Yeah.
I'm a peaty guy. I love that smoky peaty, but I can tell without even tasting it that it's been tampered a little bit with that rum cask. So
I'm happy to just live in the nose. I could just breathe that all day.
that is fantastic. I think that's going to be really nice while we're playing, just to even, take a couple of sniffs in between. That's really nice. Well, I'm excited.
Is it rum? Is it whiskey?
Yeah.
We don't know until we
think
go in.
it's a little bit different from the last one, where it was really difficult to tell. I don't think this one is like that. Right away, I can say, okay, that's an Islay Scotch. You get that smoky peaty, but you can tell there's something a little bit behind it. And I think that if you didn't know that it had that 8 months in a Caribbean cask, rum cask, that you'd be like, what is that? I can't figure it out. But
so let's open the box, reveal
Yeah.
the cat, and
Yeah,
go in and see exactly
is it
what
alive or dead? Let's check it out.
Wow. It is alive.
That definitely is alive.
That's so interesting. The finish is unlike anything I've
Yeah.
ever had before.
I can't say, I agree. I got a little bit in my beard there. That was awesome.
I still can't get over the finish.
It's very unique.
Yeah.
Like really unique. And
It's quite
unique in a
tasty.
nice way.
It's delicious.
Yeah, like very nice.
You know what it is? I think I find with a lot of scotches that after you've taken that first drink and you let it rest on your tongue, it strengthens or becomes stronger.
Yeah.
This really mellows heavily
Yeah.
on the tongue.
Yeah, it's almost like an easy sipper because of that.
It is, absolutely.
Whereas, a lot will shy away from, especially the Isle of Islay, because that's got that really peaty, smoky taste to it, and some people just don't like it.
I would say
But this is such a nice, unique one that it just mellows that out nicely.
Non-Scotch drinkers may really enjoy this.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I don't want to scare off the Scotch drinkers.
No.
Because it is very, very nice.
Yeah.
But it's I've never had anything like it before.
No, that's really, really quite tasty. I love that. That's going to go well for anybody.
In fact, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to preemptively cap off a little bit because I had to keep going in.
It really is just that smooth,
to understand it.
That easy to sip, isn't it?
I can't believe it.
I can't find anything wrong with it.
Other than if you like the burn, there is no burn.
No.
Like there's a little.
Okay.
There's a little bit of a burn, but if you love the mouthfeel and that burn after you've taken a drink, it doesn't have that.
That's true.
It exists a little bit, but it's just not on your tongue. Like I can feel it on the roof of my mouth. I just don't get any burn at all on my tongue.
So it doesn't have that oily, like kind of lasting feel on your tongue. That's true. But the flavor is just so
really
much
nice.
there that I'm not missing that. Which I agree. Like a lot of times I would say, oh, I'm missing that little bit aftertaste to it, that mouthfeel. But I'm not.
It's crazy,
It's
man.
just so good.
It's really, really nice.
Nick, well done. That's awesome. Or Ron Swanson. That's fantastic. It's really good. So he's like, enjoy it, neat, maybe over rocks. But something we should have tried is he's like, have some dessert with it. Because it'll really pull out that sweetness.
I could see that.
It would be fantastic. Like key lime pie or something like that would be fantastic with this.
Okay, well, next time.
Yeah, next time, yeah.
Actually, Steve, I'm a little disappointed. You should be pairing whiskey and pie with every gameplay session.
Hey, we can't do it all here.
I guess that.
Start bringing food into this, we're going to be in trouble.
So we have opened the box. We have revealed.
Yeah.
And I still don't know for sure if we know what we have, but we know we enjoy
we don't.
it. But with our Cat in the Box,
Yep.
Colossal Edition, we'll carry on and we'll do our playthrough. Okay. So this is one other thing that's a little bit unique with the 2-player variant.
Okay.
Is we're going to play 5 cards. Okay, and we're going to flip the first 3. So that one's a 5, and we're going to start off from the green row and work up. So I'll put that 5 there.
Okay.
We've got a 4. We've got a 1, and that's it. So essentially, the black cat on there are just cards that are unavailable for us throughout the game.
Okay.
And then we're going to deal the rest of the deck, which should be 10 cards each, to each of us. Okay.
Okay.
So you can look at your cards.
All of them? Okay.
All of them. It's your deck. You can sort them based on suit or however you wish. It's funny because there are no suits.
Yeah.
But remember, every suit is what you want it to be.
Okay.
So you're going to play first, and you essentially put it above here to determine what color you want.
Okay.
I will just call out you can't play a green 1, a green 4, a green 5 because
I
those
kind of
cards
assume that.
don't exist.
Okay. All right, let's do...
Oh, the other variant. So I had mentioned before that you bid on whether you're going to take 1 trick, 3 tricks, or 4 tricks.
Okay.
And with different player counts, those numbers change a little bit. But essentially, because we're doing a 2-player game, it's going to be if we win 4 tricks or less, we're going to do a special little bonus scoring at the end. And the bonus scoring is basically any of your colors that connect up here will get you extra points. But we'll go through what that looks like. If you get more than 4 tricks, you don't get a bonus. Or if you cause a paradox, you don't get a bonus.
Okay. Well, we'll figure out what that means in a minute, I guess.
We will.
Okay. So I'm going to do a blue 1, excuse me.
Okay. So leave that one there, but take one of those and stick it up.
And just go there. Okay.
That's right. A little side note. Red is trump.
Yes.
You can't lead with trump until
I
at
figured
least
as much.
one person has played a trump card already.
Okay.
Okay, so you played a blue 1, and I'm going to say, well, I think I can beat that. So I'm going to play a blue 2. Okay, so I've won the trick because I followed suit and my number was higher.
Okay.
So I'm just going to mark this off kind of like that to indicate that I've won 1 trick so far.
Okay.
And then whoever wins the trick gets to go again.
I figured as much.
So I'm going to play a...
The whole purpose of the game is to get rid of your cards, though, right?
Well, it's to win as many... Well, it's kind of a mix. You either want to win as many tricks as you can, or you want to win exactly 4 tricks so that you'll get 4 points for that, and then score your bonuses over there as well. So there's a few different ways to play it. We've got 10 cards, so if we take all tricks, you should get 9 points because we quit when we're down to 1 card. Okay, so I'm going to play a yellow 5. So if you want to beat that, you would have to play a red card.
Okay.
Or you can play a lower yellow card and just not win it. Or you could say, I don't have any yellow cards, and again, play a trump or play a different suit as well.
Okay, I'll do a 1 red.
Okay, so if you're doing a 1 red, because you have to follow suit, you're saying that you do not have any yellow cards.
Okay.
So if you don't have any yellow cards, you'll take that marker off to indicate, and then you can never play a yellow card the rest of the game.
I see. I want to see how this game really goes, because it's kind of difficult not having played through at least once.
Right.
And seeing how it works. But all right, I said it, so I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I guess I have no yellow cards.
You got no yellow cards. But you played a trump card, which beats mine. So you take that trick and just, like you would in euchre or something, just mark it like that. Okay, and then you get to go first.
All right, so I'm going to... so you can't play another 5?
I can't play a yellow 5.
And I can't play a yellow, though, either, can I?
Right, because you've got no yellow cards.
Yeah. All right, we'll see how this works. I'm going to play a blue 5.
Excellent. And that's interesting, but I think I'm willing to do that. I am going to play a red 2.
Okay.
So I've now said that I don't have any blue cards.
Yep.
Okay, and then I win that trick.
Okay.
And I'm just going to kind of mark it off to the side like that so I can keep track of how many tricks I have.
Okay.
And then I get to go first again. So I'm going to go with a green 2. A green 3, sorry.
Green 3. Okay. So I can't play anything other than a green 2.
That's right.
Which would just give you the...
That's right.
Okay. But if I say that, then I don't get to play any more of those. I don't like this game.
Which, I mean, there's only 1 spot left in the greens anyway.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But you've got lots of yellow to go. Okay. So I'm still gonna go, well, I guess I gotta do it. I will do a red 3 and take this trick.
Very nice.
But I have to get rid of, which was that?
You said you have no green.
Green. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna play a blue 4.
Excellent. I don't have any blues anyway, so I'm going to play a red 4.
Okay.
Take that. That trick becomes mine. And then I'm going to play a yellow 1.
All right, so what are my options?
So you can't play yellow. So if you got a 5 and you can play a red 5, you can win it. Otherwise, you can just play a blue or a green card, and you won't win it. But if you can't follow suit, you can just discard essentially.
You just discard. Okay.
But it has to be a card you can play.
But so it has to be a blue 3.
A blue 3
right?
or a because you can't play yellow or green.
Yeah.
It has to be a blue 3 or a red 5. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll play the blue 3.
Okay. Excellent. But I won the trick because you didn't follow suit. And I'm now going to play a red 5.
So I will throw off a 2, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm throwing a 2 off of what?
So
Because I can't play.
You can't just see. Yeah, you can't play blue, or you can't play yellow. You can't play green.
Yeah. But
So-
I also can't play blue.
Right. So
'Cause
you
I have
have
none.
created a paradox.
Okay.
Because you're unable to.
I am unable to play.
So at this point,
anything.
you would normally reveal your cards, but I mean, it's easy to see here without
Yep.
that you are finished. So you create a paradox, and the round immediately ends.
Okay.
So we're going to count up how many we've each won. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tricks that I've won. So that scores me 4 points.
Yep.
You've got 2 tricks, but you caused a paradox, so you get minus 2 points. And then, because I had 4 or fewer tricks and I didn't cause a paradox, I get my 4 points for the 4 tricks, but I also get to look at the board and see what continuous string of my color do I have the most of. And I really I've got 2 there, I've got 2 there, just up and down, not diagonally.
Okay.
So I get an extra 2 points. So 4 plus 2, I get a total of 6 points. Okay. And that's round 1.
Okay.
So you play a round for the number based on your player count.
Okay.
So there's 2 of us. We're going to play through 2 rounds,
Okay.
and that way everyone gets to go first. So you went first, so now we're going to kind of reset everything,
Okay.
and then I'll go first.
All right. So that's round 1.
That's round 1.
Well, I'm not sure what to think of the game quite yet.
If I got thrashed as badly as you,
Well,
I would know what to think of it yet.
I think it's one of those ones where you have to me, you have to play through it a couple of times just to
Sure.
see what it's like. But I do have to say that this Offerman Lagavulin is super easy to play through.
It's the more I
Man.
I enjoyed it immediately off the start, but the more I sip on it, the more I really, really do enjoy it.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend this to anybody.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really nice. It's got that beautiful Lagavulin, but it's also just got that little bit of sweetness from the rum cask. It's awesome. I really, really enjoy this. And I think he's right. Having a little bit of something sweet to taste with it
Yeah,
would be
it'd
really,
excellent.
really good.
Even some shortbread, some gingerbread, something along those lines
Yeah.
would be really nice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do same
Round
thing, 10 cards.
2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
And then we'll flip for that, which is going to be a green 2,
It's always green?
green 5, unless we get a duplicate number like we just did here, and then it goes
Okay.
up 1.
Oh, okay.
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 Excellent. I get the player 1 cat.
Oh, the kitty.
I know, I like him. He's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's neat.
And then we play. So I get to go first. And that's interesting. I'm going to do a blue 2.
Blue 2. Okay. All right, I will do a blue 3.
Okay, and you win the trick.
Nice. So that's my turn.
Yep.
All right, I will do a yellow 4.
Oh, that's interesting, Steve. I don't want to say I don't have yellows this early on in the game, but I think I'm going to. So I'm going to say I've got a red 2. So I've declared I do not have yellow, and I will win that trick.
Okay.
And then I will go with a green 3.
Green 3. Okay. Well, I can do. Yeah, I can do a green 4.
Green 4. Oh, I forgot to put my note as well. Excellent. So you win that trick.
Okay.
And you're up again.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to do a green 1.
That's cool. I'll do a red 3.
Okay.
And then I'll do a blue 4. Oh my goodness. Disaster. Disaster has struck.
100% disaster.
Oh, that's so sad. So sad.
I don't think I'm going to give you any more.
I will pay for my crimes for a little bit, and we'll go back and try a little bit later. That's so sad.
That is very sad.
Fallen soldier. Makes me sad.
Poor guy. Okay, so I'm going to do a blue 5. And I'll take that one.
Hold on. Oh yeah.
You did a blue.
Right.
What do you mean, hold on?
Well, there's no hold on. Right. That's right. Okay.
All right, and I will do I guess I'll do a yellow 3.
Okay, and I'll do a red 4.
Okay.
And I'm going to do this. I think mistakes have been made. I'm going to do a red 5.
Are you allowed to lead with Trump?
Only after Trump's been broken. So once Trump is out.
Okay. So, interesting.
So you have to follow suit if you can.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I'll do
I mean, you can
guess a
decide
red
you
1.
don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I win that. But
Let's see how this
unfortunately,
goes.
I've created a paradox because I can't play.
Okay.
I've got, a 2, but I don't have yellow.
Okay.
And the 3s and 5s are all taken up. So I've created a
The paradox. All
That's
right.
Okay, so Steve, how many tricks have you won?
3.
3, and you didn't cause a paradox.
Nope.
So you get to look at your longest chain of similar colors, which I think you did really well. You've got 1, 2,
That's
3.
you.
Oh yeah, I think I did really well.
Be mine.
So you get 4
Okay.
plus the 3 tricks you won.
Yeah.
So you get 7 points.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I did really well on the trick front. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 tricks, but I caused a paradox, so that's minus points, minus 4. So we go to final scoring.
Okay.
So Les has got 2 points, and Steve picked up 5 points. Steve, you are the winner of Colossal Cat in the Box.
Well, didn't look like it was going to go that way at first, but anyway.
And I like to think another round or two,
Yeah.
I would have redeemed myself. But that is Colossal Cat in the Box.
Okay.
Steve, what are your thoughts?
So yeah, for me personally, you have to play through this a couple of times just to be able to figure out how this plays. But I like it because we play cards.
Yeah.
My family plays cards, so we play euchre, which I don't really like, but we played lots of other games, and you got to follow suit and so on and so forth. So that's all very familiar to me, but this just kind of takes it to that next level, which is really cool. I like it. I like it. It's nice. It's I can see it'll be really quick game as well. It's not going to take you a long time. You get to just kind of play it, and it's not like an hour and a half, 2-hour game. You can play nice and quickly.
Yeah, 20, 30, 40 minutes, depending on the number of players you have. What's nice too is the board really does open up if you have more players, so you play with a higher card count.
Okay.
These boards as well also slide out, and then they're double-sided, which gives you changes
Some extra
things
options.
up
Oh,
a
that's
little
cool.
bit. There's also additional cards that come in. They're called expansions. There's two
Okay.
expansions included in the Colossal Cat in the Box
Yep.
edition, and they add additional little rules and variants to it as well to kind of keep it fresh. But that is Cat in the Box. Steve, kind of enjoyed it.
I did. There's a bit of a learning curve to it, so you can see how the mechanics work, which is okay. That's fine. That you need that for basically any game, and so in the end, I think I do like it. Not just because I won, that helps, but no, because I like the mechanics. It's got the card playing. It's got the strategy to it. There's nothing over the top about it. It's just a fun little game. I like it.
Yeah, and this game really is identical to the deluxe edition, which comes in a much smaller box. It's relatively cheap. I think it's only like $30 or so. Provides the same experience, with the exception of it does have a couple of extra little expansions in it.
Nice.
I really enjoy this game. I like Trick Takers as a whole. Now, I've only played it. I played it by myself yesterday to kind of practice up for it, and I've played 2 players with you. I would love to play this game with 3, 4.
Yeah, it would be interesting,
players, 5
especially
players,
once it's expanded there and you get a little bit more of the board to play with. That's cool.
And these are double-sided as well, based on player count. Also, and yeah, it goes up to 5 players. So
That's neat.
Colossal Cat in the Box.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun little game. It's a variation on the Trick Taker, and I really like you're choosing what the card's gonna be.
Yeah.
What you brought to pair with it is smashing.
Yeah.
This Lagavulin, what's it called again?
The Offerman edition.
The Offerman edition.
Yeah, ex Caribbean rum. Finished for 8 months in that after 11 years in the Isle of Islay. Yeah. I like it, and again, I think the pairing goes really well. It's not over the top. It's not anything that's gonna make you turn away from it. It's just it's a fun, nice sipping whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it kind of goes with this game. It's just a fun little quick game that you can play and just really kind of enjoy.
And I know it's kind of a little weird thing, but I love when it looks like the bottle
Yeah.
is meant to go with the board game as well, which is completely coincidental, but it's happened a few times, and they work really, really well together.
Yeah. And I can totally see Nick Offerman sitting next to the fire, sipping on some of this and playing this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
So I think we've learned a valuable lesson
I
today.
think we have.
What we've learned is that if you're going to play Cat in the Box, any edition, but the Colossal edition in this case, you want to pair it with
The Lagavulin Offerman edition. Ex-Caribbean rum. It's wonderful.
My name is Les,
And I'm Steve.
and this is Tabletop Tastings.
That it is.
Have a great day.
Yeah.